Anyway, yeah, Trump is a looks maxer. Well, he can't looks max himself, but he's a looks maxer for the people around him.
Is everybody looking nice and handsome and thin?
So we got Laura Loomer here talking about how she's.
Are you trying to get me like attacked?
I mean, you're on this broadcast. You're gonna get attacked no matter what, and I'm gonna get attacked. So we're in this together.
Why are you gonna get attacked?
Why am I gonna get attacked? What do you mean? Laura Loomer talks about trying to get me deported every day. She genuinely will.
She could actually succeed at
I'm
that.
an American citizen, so that would be such
Weren't like half of the people that went to El Salvador.
Yes, but the constitutional crisis that would create is far too large for the Trump administration to invoke when they don't have the popular approval to be able to lean into that kind of thing at this point. I think it is a genuine concern. It's something that I think about, but you know, I always used to tell my audience, like, I'm the last in the line. By the time they get to someone like myself, if they're denaturalizing someone like myself, a high profile media figure too, like who is an American citizen who lived here as a taxpayer, that means everyone else is already in the camps, you know? So I don't worry about it too much. All right, let's watch the rest of it.
You posted on Instagram recently when you got like reinstated on Facebook was so hot. Like,
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna grab my coffee.
And Nazis hate me.
It's fine.
All right, people want to put me in a gas chamber. Because they're obsessed with the Jews.
I don't know. I think they're just memeing on you, but it's okay. It's
Okay,
okay. I feel like that sometimes.
I know. They're just jealous because I have big tits and I
Oh my god.
Yes!
No.
Yes, that's what it is. We got it.
Did you ever see the photos of her as a nurse?
No.
She's like in this like slutty nurse costume.
Oh no.
I think she gets mad at like the hot e-girls because she tried so hard and people were still like, no, it's not gonna work.
I mean, yeah, at some point you got to give up. Like, why? Just be true to yourself.
And I feel bad because I felt bad for her at one time. Like, she would send me these texts. She's like, I'm alone on Christmas. Like, I don't have family. Like, all this stuff. And I'm like, I feel so bad for this girl. But then she just goes, like, batshit insane.
I mean, but that's exactly who you would expect. There's always those you expect to go batshit crazy. But again, this is rewarded. Like, there's always been hatchet men and rat and operatives like that have led colorful lives, like Roger Stone, right? So there is already, I mean, he has a full Nixon back tattoo, right? Like, that's insane. And he's a swinger.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's a swinger, full Nixon back tattoo. He is like the classic Republican operative with a colorful persona. But now the entire movement is comprised of people like this.
Yes.
So it's basically turned into this insane. It's an insane movement led by insane people with no real like ideological agenda, no real discernible goals. Their North Star is Donald Trump, and Donald Trump, I don't think, is an ideological fascist either. I think he's just found himself most comfortable in that slot. So he's just he's going through the motions because like that's what allows him to seize more power. So they're all rudderless in many respects.
Yeah, but isn't that ideologically fascism?
To a certain degree, yes. But there's not like
the definition.
Like it in practice it doesn't matter because it is fascist, right? This administration is fascist. The only reason why I make that distinction is because like he's just not like sophisticated or well-read enough to have like any sort of ideological backbone beyond self-interest. Like he's not.
Yeah. Well.
You think I mean, you might know better than I do, but that's my assessment.
No, I also think it's.
I think there are.
I mean, self-interest, but also he does have a deep desire to protect like those within his circle or sphere of influence, not just for himself, but like there's.
Yeah, but doesn't he chop them down all the time? I mean, look at Pam Bondi. Like
when they can't do
loyal.
anything for him.
Yeah, Pam Bondi was always loyal. So that's what I mean. His highest priority is not to like design a white society or whatever. His highest priority is to make as much money as possible and gain as much power as possible. And the unitary executive theory is on the right, and he's like firmly established himself as the as the guy who can consolidate the base. He wants power and he's vain.
I think that's fracturing, though.
You think so?
Yeah, the base is being fractured away from Trump. Like, there's a very small percentage of people, at least from 2015 to even up till 2024, like, it is fracturing severely. That's why you're seeing people like Tucker or Candace or Megyn Kelly and all of these people fracturing out. So
I think about that a lot, and I don't know if they actually have, like, any influence in the MAGA base still. I feel like the MAGA base just goes with Trump no matter where he goes.
I think Candace probably has more influence because she has so many women in her audience, and they will never admit it, but it's white women are the reason that Trump won. Like, without white women, he wouldn't have won. And so Candace being able to fracture women like that, I think she has a lot more influence than any of the other ones in terms of that.
It's true.
So
that's definitely true. Yeah, she does have a lot of white women in her audience. It's crazy.
Just women generally. She's got a lot of black women in her audience too.
She's got a lot of liberal women in her audience as well. And that I find insane. But, like, they love the way she covers real world news as a true crime drama with, like, insane conspiracy theories baked into it. It's unbelievably appealing to a lot of people.
And for she's actually saying things that she saw within MAGA, whereas, like, people like Tucker or Marjorie Taylor Greene or Megyn Kelly, they know a lot more than someone like me or even Candace know.
But they're
not saying
operatives.
Anything.
Yeah, they're operatives. They
anything.
won't say it. They won't leak it.
And I feel like that's the actual indicator of if their mind has changed. Like, leak it. Spill their secrets. Stop keeping secrets for them. Like, if you're still keeping secrets for them, you might as well be on their side.
Well, that's because Tucker, I think, is, like, designing for a future post-Trump. He's trying to position himself as, like, the guy who will own the anti-war isolationist lane, because I think that's what he sees the base moving towards, like the younger Republicans moving in that direction, and he wants to have credibility in that space, so he can either run himself or lend that credibility to potentially J.D. Vance, because Tucker is reluctant to talk about Palantir, and for me, with guys like this in the right wing sphere that are like, I'm no longer f***ing with Trump, that's often, like, one telltale sign that they're still invested in a new evolution of the right, when they don't go after Palantir or Peter Thiel
or big tech, like, generally.
Yeah,
because that's overtaking the entirety of the right wing and the administration, and all of the levers of power within our government is big tech.
Yeah.
So they're driving Donald Trump. Donald Trump is, like, at behest of tech oligarchs at this point.
So let's talk about that. So how do we arrive at Elon Musk? You go from Drano, and you're still posting on Twitter or Periscope. Is that what you said?
I was going live on Periscope sometimes, but mostly Twitter. I was just posting on Twitter. And then Rogan got me into Instagram, had me holding the poster boards, and I'm, like, selling anti-socialist social club shirts, selling the t-shirts. And then, there were a few chapters. I worked at a company co-founded by Benny Johnson.
Oh my God, he's gay, right?
There are people.
All I know for a fact that he is not allowed to go on work trips without his wife present now.
Now? Because he used to.
Yeah.
He used to.
He used to go on work trips without his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why he's not allowed to go on work trips without his wife any longer.
He used to.
Maybe there's more.
2021, 2022, he used to.
Yeah.
He's like a psychopath, though. Like, incredibly, like, verbally abusive, horrible person to work for.
That's so funny. I can't see him being verbally abusive.
Yeah, because he puts on like this front, but he's psychotic. He would make me cry. It takes a lot to make me cry. He would call me screaming, saying that I owed his wife and his newborn baby an apology for, like, he was psychotic.
Wait, why? What did you do?
Because he didn't like the way some shoot was going, that we didn't have insurance on it. And I'm like, I don't own the company. I can't get the insurance. But he
Okay.
would scream, just psychotic. But so then, whatever. Then I'm at the Babylon Bee, working for Seth Dillon.
Oh my God. the
Technically, I was
Babylon Bee.
I was running the operations for a few companies that Seth owned. So it was the Babylon Bee, Libs of TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Because he owns.
Where
that
are
for a
these
minute.
guys getting the money? It's all funded, right?
Who? Seth?
Like all
Seth,
of these,
Seth does well.
So these operations though, like what does their revenue structure look like? Because they don't have enough eyeballs or enough advertisers, I feel
Yes, they
like.
do.
They do?
Yes, they do.
They have eyeballs or they have the
Yes,
advertisers?
Both.
Really?
Yeah. They make a lot of money.
That's interesting. So
And Seth is different than the other ones because him and his brother also have other companies, like tech adjacent companies that they had. Because his brother is an engineer. So they had those that they were able to use and help fund things. But yeah, they make a lot of money. Haya was making and is making a lot of money with Libs
what
of
is
TikTok.
Haya?
Haya
Rashak,
who runs Libs of TikTok.
Oh. Wait, how? Through Twitter?
Through Twitter, through Substack, through advertising. The Substack.
People are like, oh, I really want this psychotic doxer. I want to run ads on this psychotic doxer's platform.
And
What-
she
what
would
are
call
the-
me, and I'm like, Haya, you can't dox kids. Like, if you're going to post kids and I can't stop you from that, you have to blur their faces. She was psychotic to work for.
So,
But honestly,
wait,
just dumb.
you work for her too?
So Seth owned Libs of TikTok, LLC. Eventually, he sells it, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Okay,
I'm free.
I genuinely so this is the one area where I speculate. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in media. This is I have a very successful media operation on my own, but it's entirely funded by subscriptions that people voluntarily subscribe to my broadcast by way of Twitch. I have a million other opportunities to generate revenue. I choose not to take them, right? Like there
Yeah.
are sponsors and corporate sponsors that
Yeah.
constantly come to try to give me big deals.
And you don't take them?
No, because I think it's silly. I already have
Nice.
enough money. It doesn't matter. But
Nice.
but like, so I know that there is definitely a lot of money out there. I mean, like, or even if you were
Well,
if you
that's
were
the difference.
loose with your morals.
They don't say no to anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
No's not in their vocabulary when it comes to money.
because like NFTs when it first came out, I got a million calls. They were like,
So
dude,
did I.
and they were like, look, we will give you unfathomable amounts of money
Yeah.
if you just like say NFTs are good or if we make an NFT for you. And it wasn't like a deal where, you know, they were telling me that I'm going to have an NFT that's price goes up.
What did
It
they
was-
want? Just like a
They would just
Hassan
straight up
NFT?
they would just straight up want to give me piles of cash so I can
They
like
did that with me with that and crypto, like
Yeah.
little crypto and
cryptocurrencies, NFTs. I of course was like, this is a scam. I'm
I
never
was
gonna
like,
do
I
it.
can take the Hawk Tuah route.
Yeah,
Finally. I will get a coin.
I mean, this is before Hawk This is when NFTs were first being launched.
Yes.
So I, of course, said no to it, but I know that a lot of people said yes to it, and they got a ton of money. Polymarket offered me $1 million for
They
just
offered
one
you $1
day-
million?
for just one day of coverage for
I should
the
have gotten
election.
so much more from them.
No, that was their starting. That was their starting price was $1 million. You just have a Polymarket ticker through your election night coverage. And I was like, no, of course I'm not going to do that. And then they got raided the next morning. But
Sometimes they'll do that and set people up too.
maybe, but haven't gotten me yet because I say no to everything. But my point is, but this was Biden. This was Brandon's FBI. So I don't think Brandon would set up one of his strongest soldiers like that. But my point is, if you have loose morals and if you're only invested in the bag, there are definitely a lot of companies that will give you money. So
That's
I
all
see
America.
that. But as far as like real eyeballs, as far as like real motion in the real world, I think a lot of the conservative ecosystem relies on, in the same way that like New York Times has an asterisk or a sword next to the bestsellers list when the people purchase
Yeah.
their own books. I think they do that in the Substack world as well. I think they just like dump.
She didn't.
You don't think so? These are,
No, I
she's-
know it because I was in the back end.
So she's organically, there's like
Organically,
tens
there
of
were
thousands of people that are subscribing to her, hundreds of thousands of people that are subscribing to her Substack because they're like, I love that you're doxing random queer teachers.
Correct.
That's insane. That's actually shocking.
Yeah. She was making a lot. She's like, oh, I'm buying a new house. Ooh, look at this designer I'm getting. She had a stylist. She's like...
She had a stylist?
She had a stylist.
Her style is ass.
I know. I was like, you need a new one.
Wait, was her stylist also like you had to keep within the orthodox?
The stylist was orthodox.
She had an orthodox stylist.
One time, this was not my job. I was running operations for Seth's company. She's like, can you get me kosher milk? Why would I go get you milk? Like, I'm not getting you milk, bitch. She was trying to run people around to do everything for her. But, yeah, she made a lot of money. So then I'm at the Babylon Bee. And then Elon bought Twitter. And Seth did an interview with him. Elon followed me, slid into my DMs.
And you were like, this is...
I was like, yeah. I was 23. I was like, ooh, I've been chosen. Because at that time, you probably remember...
it's probably an upgrade from DC Drano. So...
Okay, exactly. My ex was putting mud on his truck on purpose to, like, cool. So, and you remember at that time, everyone was paying so much attention to who Elon was following, like, when he first took over Twitter. So, like, when he followed me, I was getting congratulation texts from, like, right-wing Twitter. So, like, I was within this cult, and I'm like,
I genuinely,
our
I don't
savior,
understand
our new cult leader has followed me. I've been picked.
I'm telling you right now,
this
is the exact opposite of the way I see the world. I would, if I found myself in this situation, I would kill myself. I would be like, no, not in your shoes. I'm saying, like, if I was one of those people that was sending
we
you...
wouldn't have had this stream.
No, I'm talking about people sending you text messages being like, oh my God, congratulations.
Yeah, they're like, congrats. And then they would reach out to me, like, these conservative donors. Everyone's, like, texting you. They're like, oh my God, can you send this to Elon? We have this project. Like, it was really intense. Like, very intense. Because they were so obsessed with it. And...
Oh my God.
So then I was like...
We are peasants.
Yeah.
We're all, like...
They're like, please, sir, may I have a sliver of clouds, a sliver of gold? And I was like, oh my God.
That's like medieval peasant shit.
Yeah, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna get you. It was so bad. It was so bad. But so, and then, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so...
So then we interview him at Twitter. Well, so he slides into my DMs, and he's like, are you ever in San Francisco or Austin? I'm like, I'm in Austin a lot, but I'm supposed to be in San Francisco whenever you get back to Seth about an interview date. Within like 30 seconds, Seth calls me. He's like, Elon just got back. We're going to San Francisco on Thursday.
He wanted to f you, so you leverage that to get a interview for Babylon Bee?
I was a Babylon Bee employee first, okay? I was a Babylon Bee employee first. So I was like, let me do a solid for Seth here.
That's crazy.
And yeah, so then we were on the plane there like 48 hours later. And then he's like, he texts me after the interview. He's like, feel like going to Providence tonight? And
he took you to Providence? Oh, God.
And we stayed at this like place that like doubled as a Masonic lodge. And
wait, in LA?
No, in Providence.
Oh, Providence. Oh, I thought when you said Providence,
like,
I thought you were talking the Michelin star sushi restaurant in Los Angeles.
No.
Oh. No. That's why I was like, he took you to you meant Rhode Island.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so he's like wheels up at midnight. So I'm like, guys, I gotta go. So I'm skedaddling. I bring my little suitcase to the private airport. And then I'm on his jet. I'm like, this is nicer than commercial. For sure. Mm-hmm. And then he did his little silverware tricks.
What's a silverware trick? What does he do?
He was like balancing wine glasses on silverware. I have a photo of it. Because he does it and then he's like, do you want to take a photo? I'm like, I can. He wanted me to take a photo of it. Hang on. I'll show you. Wait.
Why? He's so autistic. It's crazy.
Yeah. Wait. No, not that one. Don't dox his phone number. This was from the plane.
Oh, that's like straight up the...
That's on his shit.
Yeah, he even has he's stimming with his mouth.
Yeah.
In the photo, he's like...
Yeah, so then and then we just didn't stop talking or meeting up after that. And then the Fire Nation attacked. So
what's the deal? He wants to like repopulate the earth or something? Like what the is that about? Like he has like, is it a breeding fetish? What is it?
I don't know.
Or is he just like a loser who got a lot of money, so now he wants to like as much as he can?
He got so much weirder like after I was pregnant. Like just changed completely.
Towards you or just in general?
Towards me.
Oh, okay.
Like just like kind of mean, like a lot more like controlling and snappy. And it was just, and then he tried to get me to use surrogates. He texted me and he's like, to reach Legion level before the apocalypse, we need to use surrogates. That's what he texted me. I saw that.